streaming. Let's do it. Testing. Testing 1, 2, 3. Wow, that is the fastest I've ever seen the stream start up. Nice. All right. We're going to go ahead and see if we can get some people in here. Copy this link here. Bam. And let's see. All right. If you are tuning in for this after the fact, first of all, thank you for watching my live streams. And number two, I'll leave somewhere down below in the description or whatever where you can skip ahead, so you don't have to worry about, me getting people in here and whatever. Let's see. We're gonna do crypto important. We're gonna call the boys in here, right? All right. Let's see. We're gonna dismiss all this FUD. Let's talk about this shit. Let's talk about it. All right. Crypto. Oh wow. I didn't know I have that. Wait. Hold on. I got the wrong picture for this. Wait. Hold on. Let's see. Default. Okay. There we go. I don't know why it says anyway. Okay. It doesn't matter. All right. So we'll wait for some people to get in here. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and take a look at the chart. Should probably pop this out as well. Pop out the chat. And beautiful. All right, so let's take a look. I mean, it looks like we're bouncing up already, actually. Full featured chart, bro. I'm like the, ooh, yeah. Look at that. That's a mean dip. That's a mean dip, bro. I can hold you. Bounce gang. What's going on, yoga? For you, I like that name, bro. Bounce gang. Yeah, speaking of bounce, bro, we need to see a thick bounce. All right, we need to see a thick bounce. All right, damn, dude. 29.7. I think it went down a little bit lower. Justin's like, take me back to last night. Yo, facts, bruh. Hey. Shout outs to Bounce. For those who don't know, that's the Discord that I'm in. Bounce gang. Hey, there you go. Appreciate y'all for coming through. I assume all you guys have some sort of financial, I guess you could say, financial investment in Bitcoin. What the yo, Vikram, what are you doing? Dude, listen, bro. I mean, we're gonna get into why this is most likely the catalyst as to why this is happening. But let's be honest, there needed to be a correction, bro. Look at that thick run up, bro. Look at that. Pretty much ever since 17,000, which was actually below the all-time high, the previous one, we'd been like storming through. I mean, like almost 40K. Crazy. I think someone said earlier that, yeah, it's all FUD. Hey, Big Lou Crypto, it is all FUD, exactly. Yeah, you know what? Let's just go ahead and get into it. Because obviously, the main thing right now is that global market cap. $840 billion. Sounds like a lot, but we dumped about $200 billion from where essentially we were like yesterday, the day before that, right? $200 billion essentially just left the entire crypto market cap. So people just cashed out. So let's go ahead and talk about why. So the Bitcoin double spend that never happened. By the way, feel free to, comment stuff in the live chat. I'll try to, kind of interact with you guys as I go through this. It's a pretty long article, but it's pretty important as to why everything's going down. So the Bitcoin double spend that never happened. So obviously, this is going to be the main reason why all this stuff is happening currently. But we're going to go ahead and read this stuff, and we'll just kind of go from there. So interest in Bitcoin double spending grew after the recent news that the Bitcoin network processed the same Bitcoin transaction twice, essentially double spending, which is the very scenario that Bitcoin was specifically designed to prevent. When Bitcoin was first invented in 2009, that was one of the key features about Bitcoin that made it so important and revolutionary, and still does to this day. But really what happened here is that double spend never actually happened, at least not in the traditional sense that they're saying. So obviously this stuff spooked a lot of people. And in this case, what happened was a chain reorganization of one block occurred, which happens to be a fairly common occurrence, according to the according to the COO of the OK Coin Exchange. And we're going to get into what all this stuff means, by the way. So if you have no idea, then don't worry about it. We're going to get into it. The article actually says what it is. So put it another way, no Bitcoin was double spent because no new coins were added to the Bitcoin supply. Instead, the same coins from the same wallet were registered in two different blocks during a typical split in the Bitcoin blockchain. Now, the reason why it doesn't qualify as a double spend is because only one of the transactions was recorded on the Bitcoin's longest blockchain history, which is going to be considered valid by the network, while the Bitcoin on the other transaction can't be spent because that network does not consider it to be valid. Now we're going to kind of get into what all this stuff means, but just as like a brief overview of how like all this stuff kind of works. So obviously, what Bitcoin operates is called the blockchain. Now, there's a reason why it's called a blockchain, right? You can literally think of blocks being connected to each other, chained together essentially. And in each block, there are transactions that occur. So what happened here is essentially that, or what they're saying might have happened was that the same transaction, the same, let's say Bitcoin, was not sent to someone, but it was sent to the same person who tried sending it, essentially giving themselves free Bitcoin. That's what double spending essentially is. It's essentially what it is. Like, so if I had 2 Bitcoin and I wanted to send it to somebody, if I send it to myself and I somehow get 4 Bitcoin, obviously that should never happen. But that's what double spending, in a nutshell, is. In this case, that isn't what happened, but that's what people were kind of alluding to happened. So we're going to kind of get into why that's not exactly what happened too. So what is a Bitcoin block reorganization? Well, due to the distributed and highly competitive nature of Bitcoin mining pools from time to time mine the same block simultaneously and cause a split in the blockchain history. So when this happens, both blocks will have miners add on to them until one history wins out over the other, right? So, and that's kind of where we're going to get into orphan blocks, and which block is valid. So therefore, which chain is valid? Whichever one has the most blocks. It's almost like, I don't know. I feel like it's almost like a political thing, even though it's not. It's Bitcoin. So let's say, for instance, mining pool A and mining pool B mine a block at the same time. Mind you, mining pools are just you could say companies or warehouses or whatever that have a whole shitload of miners that are mining Bitcoin, that are trying to mine the next block. So mining pool A, mining pool B, they both mine a block at the same time, resulting in 2 different blockchain histories. So version A and version B. So going forward, all the other miners, in the world, have to choose which version of the chain to build on. So let's say the miner who finds the next block in the sequence chooses to build on version A, but then afterwards, the next 2 or 3 miners decide to build on version B. Version B ultimately will win out because more miners chose to mine on that transaction history. So this is kind of where it gets a little complicated, and that's why you're going to see me mention it multiple times here. That for the most part, most exchanges and most companies, or whoever accepts Bitcoin, essentially, like exchanges or whatnot, they're always let's just say obliged to only accept a transaction after 6 confirmations. 6 confirmations is essentially after 6 more blocks have been mined afterwards. But the reason why is because there's a chance that, like you saw here, there's 2 chains technically, right? I mean, there's technically one Bitcoin blockchain, but it kind of splits off a little bit. And now miners who are mining the next blocks have to pick which chain to actually mine the next blocks on. So like what happened in this scenario, it could be that, let's say this chain over here to your left, right? To your left? Yeah, your left. This chain to your left, the next miner mines a block here. So you would think, oh shit, like this chain is longer than this one by 1 block, so this is probably going to be the correct one. Well, that could be false, because if the next couple of miners, let's say 2 or 3, say, no, this is the real chain, and start mining on top of that one is going to end up winning out because it has, it's like majority rule essentially. Like majority is agreeing that these blocks in this blockchain is legitimate. So this one essentially turns into an orphan chain or orphan blocks, and they don't count. And that's why you have to wait for 6 confirmations for all this stuff to actually take place. What's going on, Ricardo? Sell now and buy later? Well, we don't know how low this puppy can go. The Pawkim says, did I take an L for buying ETH at 1,200? Long term, I don't think you took an L, bro. Not at all. I mean, short term, yeah, you might be crying a little bit. I ain't gonna hold you. Short term, you might be, but we'll see. Again, this was all FUD essentially. So, and not to mention, we were looking for some sort of correction at this point. But all right, let's get back into it. So, the other history. Oh shit. So the other history is excised from the network and considered irrelevant, and any blocks mined on it becomes stale blocks, as I mentioned earlier. So this was the case for block 666,833, wherein 2 blocks were spawned by separate mining pools, and a 1-block reorganization, as described by Lau, occurred. The above scenario is why Satoshi Nakamoto said in the white paper that a transaction should only be considered final after it has 6 confirmations. So once 6 new blocks are mined onto the chain that has recorded that transaction, that's going to be the official chain. And that's when the actual transaction is considered final. Yo, what's going on? Bodegui's going crazy in the chat. Yo, Big Lou Crypto, I love these dips. Bargain. That's how you should be thinking about it. There you go. That's fire. And so let's get into it. Okay, we are getting rid of the FUD. We're getting rid of the FUD. Okay, no, a double spend did not really happen. The supposed double spend first became news yesterday after BitMEX research reported on block 666,833's abnormalities on Twitter. The reorganization meant a stale block, also sometimes called an orphan block, as I mentioned, had been mined that contained Bitcoin also spent on Bitcoin's valid chain. So a transaction containing the same Bitcoin was recorded on both the relevant and irrelevant chains. So they're saying that, again, the same transaction was recorded on both chains, which, again, should technically occur, right? Well, what BitMEX research called at first a double spend-like scenario now looks like a perfect storm caused by the 1-block reorganization and a replace by fee transaction. RBF for short. An RBF transaction occurs when you tell your wallet to send the same Bitcoin again, but with a higher fee, with the hopes that it'll be confirmed before the lower fee transaction. So, for example, damn, we got bounce alerts in the chat. Yo, what's going on? This is how you know it's lit now. Don't worry, guys. No FUD. We are dispelling it right here. So, what is a replace by fee transaction? So, this is mainly, I think a lot of people are more familiar with this by using decentralized finance on Ethereum and just using Ethereum in general. But when you're sending Bitcoin or let's say Bitcoin or Ethereum, you can choose to set what fee you want to pay to send it. Now, obviously, depending on the fee that you go ahead and apply, your block or your transaction won't be confirmed as quickly as some other people's. So if you choose to pay, like, let's say nothing, like half a cent to get your transaction put through, chances are it's going to take a long time to go through. So if you're like, yo, this is crazy, this isn't going to get there on time, you can send that same transaction, but with a higher fee and hope that it gets confirmed before the one that you sent before with the lower fee. So the miners will mine it quicker. And this is essentially what actually happened here. So it went down something similar to this. Someone sent, 0.006 Bitcoin to set address, but set the lowest fee possible, which is 1 Satoshi per byte, or pretty much less than a fraction of a cent per byte of transaction data. Damn, that's nothing. Since the fee was so low, the transaction took a while to confirm, so the sender tried to outpace it by sending what's called a replace by fee transaction, which is, as I mentioned, sending the same transaction again, but increasing the fee that you're willing to pay so that the miners will mine it quicker, essentially. Instead of the replace by fee transaction replacing the slow transaction as intended, the lower fee transaction cleared first, surprisingly, and made it into the block that was mined onto the longest chain. So pretty much the first transaction that the person sent, which again he was willing to pay almost nothing for, very low fee, ended up getting confirmed first somehow than the second one that he sent, where he was willing to pay a higher fee. Meanwhile, that higher fee transaction found its way onto the stale block. So again, the stale block where the chain essentially was already split. They weren't even considering that chain anymore. So it still found its way onto that stale block. And the final result is that 0.006 Bitcoin is recorded as existing on the address 1D6 yada 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 on the relevant transaction history, while 0.0001 Bitcoin exists on the same address but on the relevant transaction ledger. So, in essence, what's happening is that at that 0.006 Bitcoin that was recorded as existing does not count. Although it seems like you can technically see it, maybe either on like the website or whatever that they're looking at the blockchain on. That's not the actual chain that's being considered right now. Like that's the orphan chain that no one's using, that the miners agreed on, does not count. The real chain has the rest of the Bitcoin that I guess the guy had left in his wallet, which is 0.001. So there was no double spend essentially. What is going on, Sharif? Leet, what is going on, brother? Just talking about banning people. Ethereum, the median transaction fee is $48 according to Savron. Bro, that's crazy, bro. That's what I'm saying. So, oh shit. So if you were to send essentially a transaction fee on Ethereum right now, let's say you were only willing to pay $1, that shit is never gonna that's never gonna go through. So obviously you'd want to resend you would want to resend that same transaction, but with a higher fee. So what happened here was obviously the first transaction was sent and somehow got confirmed faster than the one with the higher transaction fee, essentially, which is pretty. I'm honestly surprised that even happened, because even Bitcoin, if you put, especially 1 Satoshi per byte, if you put a transaction fee that low, I mean, you can expect it to never get confirmed. So here's the importance of 6 confirmations. Technically, the same Bitcoin was spent twice in this scenario, but only one transaction was double spent to an address on a transaction history that the Bitcoin network does not consider valid. So if you query the transaction ID for the losing transaction in any Bitcoin block explorer, for instance, nothing comes up because no one's counting that blockchain history at this point. So it's kind of a double spend, but not really. Normal, a double spend refers to when you intentionally replace a transaction that sends the money to someone with one that sends it to your own wallet instead. This was said by Ben Carmen, a Bitcoin Core contributor and developer at SureBits. In this scenario, the most important thing to know is that, yes, there might be 2 different versions of the same transaction, but only one will ultimately be accepted by nodes and the users of the Bitcoin network. Right. So a double spend typically means a sender tricks a recipient into accepting a transaction that the sender actually sends to itself as well. This is why it's considered best practice for merchants to wait 6 confirmations before payment is considered final, to avoid an outcome like this one. So that's kind of why they have that 6 confirmation thing. Because imagine you sending Bitcoin. Let's say you're buying like a new computer or something like that, and they didn't wait 6 confirmations, and all of a sudden that Bitcoin that you sent them just doesn't count anymore. And they're like, oh shit, we just accepted this guy's order. I mean, then again, they probably wouldn't ship it that quickly. But anyways, you get what I'm saying. So what occurred yesterday was actually pretty pedestrian for Bitcoin, not to mention something Satoshi Nakamoto describes in the white paper himself. So essentially, what the result of all this, the cause of all this was essentially just BitMix, which is like a leverage trading platform. They were just pretty much talking shit. A double spend like scenario. I guess for them it's good, even though they are a Bitcoin blockchain, even though they are a Bitcoin exchange, that there's more volatility in the market because they make money off fees anyway. So they don't care whether the price goes up or down. They're still making money. So it's disgusting. Disgusting. But let's talk about the price, bro. So now that we know that all this is crap, so all this is BS, let's just go ahead and take a look at what's going on with the price. Okay. Now we have 29.9. Well, I think it actually dipped a little bit lower than that earlier. But are we going down lower? I mean, let's just take a real quick look at this. This looks awfully familiar to this over here, right? Don't worry, guys. Don't worry. Let's chill out. I'm joking. This isn't the same scenario, not by any means. Okay. In my opinion, we are still ways away from hitting our all-time high for this bull run, this cycle, I guess you could say. We're just correcting a little bit. That's it. I mean, come on. Look, how do you not expect a correction from all of this? Not to say that I called it. I didn't. But I mean, when we were around 40-something K, I was expecting some shit to happen. I mean, obviously we dipped down over here to 33, went back up to 39, and now we're down here. But I would say, a good way to think when you're in crypto is when you see like the masses thinking one thing, you usually want to think the other, right? I mean, Bitcoin was extremely bullish up until essentially we broke down past this little, I guess you could say, like bear flag. And then right now I'm sure people are calling the bottom right now, 20K, 15K, all that crap. Crazy. But either way, the good thing about this is that now Bitcoin is calming down. It's relaxing. We can get some sort of good correction. And hopefully we can see some of these altcoins start to run, bro. That's what I'm talking about. Lead says, how long do you think the dip will go on for, bro? I mean, it's as good. Your guess is as good as mine, my man. I think the real question is where will it go? right? I mean, will it go below 29? I mean, or I guess, yeah, will it go below 29? I mean, like I could see it, bro. Like the thing is, again, I mean, this shit, like when it was racing up so crazily, and mind you, we still have a whole ass year to go all the way up. We were almost literally like we're almost halfway to $100,000 per Bitcoin, and I mean, listen, it's just going down for a little bit. I would say, you know, if you do have any type of, if you were planning on getting back in at some point, like you wanted to throw some more cash because you saw it going up, this is now when you consider throwing that same money in. Okay, bro, that's all I'm gonna say, because you definitely do not want to be throwing it in as it's going up. This is the dip everyone was waiting for, essentially. So we'll see. Again, I could see a little more downside. I mean, people that's still kind of bullish. I tend to be the devil's advocate on some of this stuff. So, if people are saying it's going to go up, chances are it's probably going to go down. That's how the whales work as well. But again, either way, I think that although the altcoins are kind of bleeding, oh my God, it hurts. Oh my God, all the altcoins are kind of bleeding. This is essentially what I hope will kind of spark this. I don't know about alt season, but it should spark like some really good green days for the alts going forward. Because again, Bitcoin has calmed down. All these altcoins were like in the shitter, essentially, in terms of Bitcoin, like compared to Bitcoin, right? So if we're looking at Ethereum, for example, right, you see how Ethereum is finally picking back up against its Bitcoin pair. Like that's what I want to see, bro. That's honestly what I want to see right now, because you see before, Ethereum and even though these other altcoins would track Bitcoin pretty well. I mean, mainly Ethereum, to be honest. But now, like, Bitcoin is getting pretty much recently, Bitcoin was getting so, like, I don't want to say overinflated, but it was being driven so high, very quick, that none of these other cryptos could keep up. So now I think as Bitcoin comes down, this is going to be their time to shine. So altcoins might be it. Yeah. Big Lou says 6 months from now, we'll all be saying, why didn't I buy? That is a fact. 6 months from now, we'll be streaming again. We'll be talking about the same thing. We'll be looking at the chart, and it's going to be a lot higher than it is now. Oh, shit, my man. Itoshi. I'm so sorry, man. I'm messing up your name. I would say Itoshi Oliver. He said he filled up his bags for KeeperDAO and Ren. I think Ren recently blew up, too. But that's what I'm saying. So I think these altcoins will really start to race. These coming, like this coming week, 2 weeks, whatever. But I think it's their turn. Bitcoin might see some lower days. It might kind of even out around 30K. Honestly, I'm not even sure. But the point is that, like to try to look at the phase that we're in, right? And Bitcoin is high as hell. Even 30K is still dumb high. These altcoins are still low as hell. I mean, besides Chainlink and Polkadot, those are going nuts. But most of these altcoins are still really down, again, compared to Bitcoin. So to me, this is when I would start loading up the bags for altcoins. I mean, in my opinion, I definitely would be. Let's see. Man says, what does that say? Local Martian says, feel for those who got in at the top. Brother, think about it this way, all right? Let's take a look back. Let's take a look at Bitcoin real quick. You realize how the people who got in at Bitcoin at the top over here felt like shit. When if you were back in 2017, 2018, you bought Bitcoin at $19,000, $20,000, you felt like shit, But if you held, you literally would have been up 100%. That's like a week or two ago, right? Even now, you'd still be up 50%. So it's, as long as you know the long term where we're headed, it's really hard to lose money in this space. It really is. Like you really got to try. You really got to trade it. You really got to try to scalp. You really got to do a lot of stuff to lose money in this space. It's literally as easy as buying it and holding it. That's it. Even now, people that bought a 40K, I mean, listen, I think it's definitely going to hit past 40K. I'm thinking like past 100% for Bitcoin, but the question is when, and that's always the question, right? I mean, I don't have a magic ball. No one does. But I think the point is that we kind of know where it's headed, nonetheless. So, yeah, to me, 100%. We're looking at the altcoins, boys. We're looking at the alts. And not to mention, let's even take a look. Is anything even up right now? Oh, look, CeeLo's up. Actually, a lot of the DeFi related things are up. Terra's up. Curve. Yeah, a lot of the decentralized finance stuff seems to be up. Damn, if you're in CeeLo, you're literally making a killing. Oh, Bro, look at that. That is nuts. Jeez. But yeah. So, I mean, obviously with all this stuff being said, I mean, I'm sure all of us are hurting right now. My bags are bleeding as well. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. Okay, I almost didn't come on because I was tearing up a little bit in the bathroom, just looking at my Blockfolio, refreshing it. Uh, wait, you know what I mean? But the point is to understand why all this stuff happened. And well, I mean, this is a catalyst, I think. I mean, Bitcoin was going down anyways, but I think this kind of like put the nail in the coffin for a lot of the institutional investors, essentially that are kind of coming into this. They probably saw this shit and was like, oh fuck, sell it. Alex says Anchor to the moon, brother. Yo, I know Anchor did some crazy shit the other day. I have no idea. I have no idea how Anchor just popped off like that out of nowhere. I mean, I think it's because Coinbase added it to its custody list for companies to now be able to hold. But I was not expecting it. I'll tell you that much. Your boy still has a solid bag of Anchor as well. I don't know where the hell Anchor is. It's probably somewhere down here, low key. But anyways, yeah, probably somewhere down here. Yeah, over here. There you go. Look, it's down 24%. That's what I'm saying, bro. This is what I mean. This is why low key, I don't get too excited when I see. This is why I don't get too excited when I see the coins that I have going up, because and I'm in this stuff for the most part for the long term. So even if it's up, it's like, oh, this is great, but I can't do anything with it anyways. I'm not gonna sell it. Especially if I feel like the project has good potential. In the future. And when I say future, I mean near future, like this year or so or something like that. If you know what's coming out for it, then why would you sell it? Yeah, dude. API 3. Yeah, I think someone was telling me about API 3 as well. Let me see. Well, API 3. I remember someone 260. Oh, you got a low cap over here, bro. I'm gonna take a look at this because I remember someone was mentioning this. I think maybe it was you, Local Martian. I'm gonna take a look. But again, if for all you guys who I know a lot of you guys from Bounce. So for a lot of you guys that don't kind of understand what the fuck, what the hell any of this stuff is, I highly suggest that I mean, you can probably look at the same article. You can look at different articles online. How Bitcoin exactly works. And this is partially why, bro, because this is it's impossible for a Bitcoin double spend to happen and for it to literally be legitimate, right? And technically, I guess they're saying that it did theoretically happen, but it was on a chain that was orphaned, that no one was counting, that, how would you compare this to a real life? I mean, I don't expect you guys to know, but, and you guys have any idea on how you compare this to a real life scenario? I would love to be able to explain this plus to like Joe at the pizza shop. You know what I'm saying? That to me is the real value in this space. If you can explain this complicated stuff to people. Okay, Savant says okay, it's a chain link. Oh, API 3 is in the Oracle business. Oh, okay. Good looks on that. I'll take a look. But you know what I mean? So all this stuff is oh my god, bro. I was trying to explain what an Oracle was to who was I explaining that to? I was trying to explain to someone, but that shit was it was almost impossible. Because the thing is that a lot of this stuff people don't understand that they need it until something goes wrong. Bitcoin, decentralized oracles, all these things, people don't realize that they need it. And so that's why it's like when you explain this stuff to someone who isn't in blockchain, they're just like, okay, so what? Okay, yeah, so it's able to pull from different prices. What does that have to do with me? Why does that matter? And they don't understand that theoretically, I don't know, it's crazy, bro. And it's the type of thing that people realize people don't realize that they need until it's too late. That's essentially what the whole crypto space is. Well, not the whole space, but a lot of it is just stuff that people won't realize that they need until it's too late, unfortunately. So, yeah, dude, it really sucks. It really sucks. Y'all really shilling AP3, huh? Don't worry, listen, I'm gonna take a look, brother. I'm gonna take a look. You said influencers are really hot in API3, bro. I'll be honest with you. I don't vibe. I can't wait to say vibe. I'm sorry. I take that back. I don't really subscribe to the influencers in this space, especially the really big ones. Some of the stuff that they say, I just can't. I can't. I don't know. I can't be with it, bro. Like, don't get me wrong, I love talking about altcoins all day. I love talking about my bags and stuff like that. But still, bro. But Papamentals. yo, yo. Shout out to what's his name again? Ivan on Tech. Bump it. Oh god. Elio. Yeah, I don't watch any of those guys. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. I just don't. I can't. I mean, not to mention, not specifically because I don't mess with them. It's just because I make crypto videos now. So I feel like if I were to watch another influencer, I would low key, like, what do you call that? Subliminally start, like, like mimicking what they're doing. I don't want to get involved in it, so I just don't watch them. Dubhub says, "Do you think Anchor is undervalued with all that they're providing?" Oh yeah, bro. Are you kidding me? That's what. Listen, bro. That's why I will 100% say, your boy. I got my pockets deep in Anchor, baby. I got a bunch of Anchor, bro. Let's take a look back here. I don't want to make this stream all about Anchor because I was gonna get into Twitter real quick, but no, I mean I definitely think it is personally, right? I mean, first, damn, I don't think the chart's working though. Wait, hold on, let's go to the market real quick. Here we go. I mean, just in general, compared to what it's providing, compared to what it actually provides, compared to like all these other projects who are already on like the top lists, like top 100, top 150. I mean, for sure, bro. A node as a service, is that what it is? Node as a service protocol. No, nodes as a service to me is so important. Again, it's stuff that you don't realize you need until like it's too late, essentially, right? And look at how low it is, bro, compared to Bitcoin, of course. Uh, Poltex says, hey bro, you hear from Bounce. What are your thoughts on Tether? Oh yeah, honestly, bro, I don't get involved with all that Tether FUD. But what I will say, yeah, we're done with Anchor. Hold on. What I will say with Tether is, I don't use Tether. I don't use any. I try not to use any of these stable coins. Tether, USDC. I try not to use any of those stable coins, unless it's like truly more or less decentralized, like DAI. Where's DAI anyways? Here we go, DAI. Because they can technically, I don't know if Tether can do this, but I know USDC, they can literally like block your address. Like they can blacklist your address and effectively delete your coins on it. So let's say like you wanted to exit out of Bitcoin, right? But you didn't want to put the money into the bank. Like if you send your Bitcoin, essentially, if you trade it for Tether, you tether out, as they say. If you tether out, like they won't do this. Chances are they will never do this to you, but they have the ability to blacklist your address. I'm good. I don't want to be a part of anything that has that ability. I just don't. And then not to mention, I think Tether's going through some sort of lawsuit. I feel like they've always been going through some sort of shit like that, because they don't have exactly like the 1-to-1 dollars compared to how much Tether they have printed. I don't know, dude. But what I will say is that no matter how inflated Tether might be, even if they don't have the actual dollars to back up how much Tether they have printed, listen, it's going to affect the crypto market, obviously. But at the end of the day, there's still only 21 million Bitcoin. So as long as you're holding Bitcoin, you're good. If you're holding Tether, then yeah, you might be fucked because it might go to zero. That's true. If everyone tries selling it, most likely. But as long as you have one of the actual finite assets, I can't see it being that big of a deal. Yeah, again, I remember Tether being a huge situation back in 2017 multiple times, and nothing ever came of it. So I don't know. Maybe we'll see something about it this time around. To be honest, I'm not sure. I'm really not. But oh yeah, this is what I want to look at. Oh, it's Twitter. Oh yeah, so Mirror Protocol. I did want to mention Mirror Protocol real quick. Again, most likely me stealing a bag here, but this is the only thing I saw. Well, this is the only thing that I have currently that's actually somewhat up. And for you boys that are in Bounce, for anyone even if you're not in Bounce, if you're not familiar with decentralized finance or DeFi or whatever, I would highly recommend, my brother, getting involved. And it doesn't have to be in Mirror, but I would try to get involved with any type of decentralized finance because, I mean, for a couple months ago, it was huge, like huge, absolutely. Like, actually, let's go ahead and bring up Uniswap real quick, just so I can kind of show you how huge it was. I mean, I feel like I bring this up on every live stream, but a couple months ago it was huge, like literally racing up to here, like October, September, November, huge, and even now it's actually still getting big. But if you really want to get involved with the space and you really want to leverage the power of blockchain, Ethereum and smart contracts, get involved with decentralized finance, whether it be on Ethereum, whether it be on Terra, any of these different protocols. I made a video literally about different blockchains that you can use DeFi on instead of Ethereum because of how much it costs. Just get involved, brother. And by the way, you can get one of these MetaMask's wallet things over here so you can actually interact with it. Because I'm telling you, like, although right now it doesn't seem like it's that big of a deal, going like these next couple months, DeFi is literally going to be what's gonna it's gonna be essentially be like the biggest part of the space. I'm telling you right now. Like right now, again, it's already big. I mean, fucking Uniswap literally has over $3 billion worth of liquidity. Is that on a daily basis, bro? Oh my God. You see what I'm saying? And we're not even at the high yet. So I'm telling you, definitely. Yeah, Local Martian says Tether is FUD. Of course, brother, it's FUD. Pay attention to that stuff. But yeah, no, for real. Get involved with DeFi. Can you tell me more about DeFi that is not on Ethereum? Well, yeah, I mean, shit. I can tell you about freaking Mirror, bro. Hold on. Let me kind of bring you over here real quick. Again, someone's asking me about it, so it's okay. All right, so one example, and again, I really like this one just because some of my comments the other day, like I was talking about Synthetics, which is on Ethereum, where you can pretty much trade, mirrored assets like gold, silver, all that crap, on Ethereum. But Mirror essentially is essentially the same thing, but on a different blockchain called Terra. But they also operate on Ethereum as well. And I think that announcement that we were just looking at was an announcement saying that they're also going to be operating on Binance. So fucking crazy. But the point is that you can actually trade stocks on Mirror, literally using smart contracts, using the crypto that you have. You can literally trade stocks. And mind you, these aren't literal stocks that you're trading. These are mirrored assets that represent stocks. So, for example, let's take a look at where's Tesla. Everyone likes Tesla. Obviously, this isn't the best chart. I would not use this for stock trading. Let me just be clear. But if you wanted to expose yourself to stocks, and you didn't want to use Robinhood or anything like that, you could use this, which is dope. My man Alex, you deserve at least 100K. Keep grinding, brother. I'm out for this. Appreciate you, Alex. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for stopping by, my brother. But this is what I mean, dude. This is what I mean, right? So you can literally expose yourself to stocks without using the blockchain, without using Robinhood or any traditional finance. And again, it's a type of thing that you won't realize you need until you actually need it. Most of us will most likely not need it, because I'm assuming that most of us are most likely in the U.S., right? If you're not, then you can let me know where you are. But yeah, you can see my page. I got some mirror there. I got some mirror there as well. You saw I got some mirror there as well. But that's what I mean. So your boy's heavy in mirror as well, as you can see. Mainly just because of how low it is right now in the actual. If we take a look, it's ranked 271 right now in CoinMarketCap. And personally, your boy thinks it has a long way to go, especially if you're comparing it to Synthetics that has a $2 billion market cap. I think $3 billion at this point. Whatever. So Severon says, so when you use it with MetaMask, you get the fees, though. Exactly. So the difference is that they have their own actual, what do you call it? Web3 wallet. As you can see here, it's my little thing right here. Hunter. So as you can see, they have their own Web3 wallet that you can use, and the fees are like negligible. They're like less than a cent or something like that. But again, great opportunity. It's definitely pretty much a great, what do you call it? It's a great alternative to Ethereum. I just made a video on it. The fuck's wrong with me? Local Martian says Mirror versus Unilend. I think, didn't they collab though the other day? I'm pretty sure Mirror and Unilend collabed together. I could be wrong, but let's see. As you can see, it looks like they're already collabing with Binance. But let me see. I'm more than positive Mirror and Unilend actually collab together. Let's take a look. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, so as you can see, here we go. Unilend and Mirror Protocol team up to bring decentralized finance, decentralized lending, and borrowing of stocks. So there you go. You know what I mean? So I think, again, get involved with decentralized finance, whether it be Ethereum, Terra, Binance Chain, Tron, whatever. It doesn't matter. Just get involved with it because it's going to be huge, especially this coming year. It's already huge. It's already big, but I'm telling you, this is nothing compared to what we're going to see. Nothing. Not at all. It is minute. But yeah, no, I mean, all DeFi stuff aside, though, whether we see Bitcoin going down, going up, whatever it is. Me personally, I am not a serial trader by any means. So I like to, so like when stuff is down, I like to be able to move my crypto around, borrow it, lend it, you stake it. I love staking, bro. I tell you, bro, I was hanging out with my girl the whole day, and I kid you not, I was like on my phone like I want to say every other minute, like every other hour or so, just checking how much mirror I made from from providing liquidity and staking it. Oh my god. And for people who don't know what staking is, it's essentially just having a certain amount of crypto. And pretty much putting it up, proving to the network that you have it, and then getting crypto in return for proving that you have it. So it's pretty much like getting dividends, if you're familiar with what that is. But it's like addicting, bro. So that's what keeps me. That's what gets me going in the low key bear market. This isn't a bear market, obviously, but low key. Everything's down today, right? Bloody Thursday. So that's definitely what keeps me going. But again, just keep in mind that all this Bitcoin FUD was crap. Listen to all these bozos. It's crazy to me how most people will listen to like people higher up, like in the government, these big companies who know jack shit about Bitcoin. They'll listen to them first about how this stuff works before they listen to experts who have been talking about this for years. Articles written by experts who have been writing about it for years. You know what I mean? I mean, if you're gonna put one of those people ahead of people on crypto Twitter, okay, I get it. People on crypto Twitter are more or less full of shit, but still, they mean well. Okay, and most of them are speaking truth sometimes. Actually, not really. Sevron says there's an exchange that pays you for holding now. I'm sure there are. I think Binance will pay. Well, I don't know about Mirror though. Oh, I think KuCoin you're talking about. Yeah, I think KuCoin does. I'm not sure actually. Local Martian says personalized decentralized finance. I mean, there you go, brother. Romario says, "What's your number one alt for this bull run?" So I made a video about my top 3. Let's see. Oh, for DeFi, Savron. I'm not sure, brother. I'm not sure. I know you can do it on Mirror though too. But anyways, hold on real quick. So, Romario says, "Yeah, what's your number one altcoin for the bull run?" I gave my top 3 on I have a video about that, like Anchor, Library, and Idina. Personally, my personal one is Library, because not only do I think it's going to go to not only do I think it can go back up to $1, but because I can use it as a content creator. I can make my videos more seen, because it's essentially having these LBC or library credits. It's almost like, I don't want to say they act as like advertising funds, but having more of them and putting them on your video will make it be more visible to people who are on the platform. Library is a platform where you can post videos like YouTube. So this is my personal favorite one. Bounce alerts. Shout out to Bounce alerts. Does it not concern you how drastically the value of crypto can drop from even just a negative rumor like the double spend situation? I know, dude. I know. And you know what? Not really. Only because we've seen time and time again over the past couple of years. Again, for anyone who's been involved ever since 2017, like Bitcoin has been banned. Bitcoin has dropped 80-90%. Just because of the natural what's it called? It's natural 4-year cycle. We've seen people talking shit about it. Jamie Dimon pooping it, and then following up and actually subscribing to it all of a sudden. Bitcoin has essentially gone through like the worst news you could ever hear. I think this one actually might be one of the worst that I've heard so far. Like that actually looked like it might have had some merit to it. But no, it doesn't concern me, because at the end of the day, like as long as you know what Bitcoin is, how it works, why it works, and why it's been around for so long, there's nothing to be worried about. You know what I mean? I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, listen, I will say this to the end. I have most of my personal money, my personal wealth in crypto. Not necessarily Bitcoin, but Bitcoin is the big dog of it all. Bitcoin goes down, everything fucking goes down, in my opinion. I mean, probably not, but there's nothing to be worried about in terms of Bitcoin, in my opinion. Like once you learn exactly how this stuff really works, like you understand how Bitcoin works to a T, like what hash rate is, how it's cryptographically secured, like all that stuff, you're chilling, bro. That double spend situation was so interesting to me, because I'm like, oh, like Like, how did they think? How did they think Bitcoin was somehow double spent? And the fact that they thought it was because it was on a orphan chain and not the actual chain. That's just so interesting to me. How they technically, it looks like it can technically be double spent, but not on a chain that actually matters, and on an invalid chain that no one's using. It's crazy, bro. I hope that answered that question, because I tend to just talk. Humbled Hodler said, "Nice. What do you consider a good rate APY?" If you're talking about for Mirror, I think right now if you hold Mirror in US dollars, it's like 180% or something like that. I think it goes up as the price goes up. But I don't know, it just depends. Like if you're planning on holding stuff for a little while, whether it's Mirror or not, if you plan on holding an altcoin for a little while, then you might as well, if you can lend it, like if you can like earn interest on it for staking it or lending it, whatever, putting it into a pool, you might as well do it if you know you're going to hold it, right? And I think you can withdraw it at any time, because there's no reason why you wouldn't. I mean, other than obviously the concerns with potential flaws in the code and having all your crypto stolen. But if you know the code's good, then why not? You know what I mean? If you know you're going to hold it, that is. Info Made Easy said, when will alt season happen, do you think? My brother, alt season? Oh, well, no, alt season, bro? Ooh, I don't know. I'll be honest with you. Okay, well, put it this way. So as far as I'm concerned, alt season only happened once. And that was when I was way back in November of 2017. And I shit you not, like things were literally going up 200, 300%, like in a day, 24-hour period type shit. And it was at the point where it's like, all you had to do essentially was look at the top 100 altcoins and see, all right, which one didn't go up 300% yet? Okay, let's see. Synthetics hasn't gone up yet. All right, throw your coins in there. Wait tomorrow. Wait 2 days, and it'll go up. Like literally, I cannot stress that enough. That's what it was like. So I honestly don't know when alt season will be. I really don't know. I do think again there's going to be some sort of a bull run for the altcoins coming soon. I mean, there has to be, bro, right? I mean, like a lot of the altcoins saw some green these past couple days because Bitcoin going up and down. But I'm thinking like around the board, there has to be some sort of like, what's it called? Altcoin bull run. It's got to be, bro. But I'm thinking sooner rather than later. Like I'm thinking like if you want to get an altcoin, like get it now. Is what I'm saying. Obviously, cost averaging is the best case scenario, but if I were to FOMO and anything right now, it'd be altcoins. Eugene says, thoughts on Polka Starter with the dot popping off? I'm not so sure, brother. I have no idea what Polka Starter even is. I will take a look as well. Thank you for putting me on. Thank you for putting me on. Polka Starter. You might have to explain to me what the hell that is, but I'll look it up anyways. Good looks, brother. I don't know how I'm going to say your name, but my guy. What is that? I'm sorry for butchering it, but what is it like? Ogzuan Akiel? Baith. I'm not even gonna mute you, cause listen, bro, you're doing God's work over here. You're shilling ETH. Savron got it in at the end of 2017. He remembers. That's what I'm saying, bro. Oh, it's an incubator. Okay. Oh, I guess for helping Polkadot startups. I'll take a look for sure. The Polkadot's huge, bro. Polkadot's like the one thing that it's like I'm being like a big hipster on. Like I get it, it's dope, but like I just I got to do some more research on it. I really got it. Polkastar biggest hype. Yeah. Bounce Slate says thoughts on buying into Anchor right now. Let me take a look. Well, obviously we saw a huge spike in Anchor earlier. Where the fuck is it? Sorry. Hold on, let me see it. You have no time to look into it. So you hold. Okay, hold on. Let's see Anchor. So, I think we. Oh yeah, we read it right there. What am I doing? So I was telling people, like for example, like I was telling my girlfriend the other day, because she doesn't know anything about crypto, and I'm like, all right, what can I tell this girl to get into that I think is pretty much at the bottom? Can't go any down from here. Well, it's pretty much at the bottom, and has like an equal chance essentially of at least or less likely chance of going back down as it will go up. I'm like Anchor for sure, right? The value proposition it has for the crypto industry as a whole is just and when I say it's invaluable. When you're supporting other blockchains as a crypto, I mean obviously it's invaluable. So to me, I mean, listen, I'm waiting for Anchor personally to like hit a wait. What is this? This BTC or USD? Oh, okay, this is BTC. I mean, I think Anchor can definitely run way the fuck back up here and hit all time highs again and pass it, like by far. Like to me, like I almost think of Anchor as like the the little brother to Chainlink. You know, these are some thick buy walls as well. Oh my god, this is literally Bitcoins full of buy walls. But yeah, I mean, I think Anchor is still still a pretty solid get in at this price personally. No financial advice, of course. But I mean, like if I didn't have any and I wanted to get some now, I mean, I think so. And I like to buy in the dips, and it's already going back up. But I think the upside potential is a lot more than the downside potential. Is that a thing? Is that a thing? I don't know. Hey, yo, shouts out to Bounce Switch for coming through. Shouts out to you, Daniel. Appreciate it, brother. Love these guys. Zcash. Local Martian to Zcash. Let's look at Zcash. I would love to take a look at Zcash, actually. That is true. Let's take a look at Zcash. Let us see. Where the hell is oh yeah, Zcash should be on this page over here. Zcash. There you go. $84. Yeah, Zcash took a hit. Like took a mean hit. Zcash at some point was literally like over $1,000. Oh my god, now it's $80. Well, I mean, there's a lot of altcoins that are still like this far down as well. There really are. And this is just the market cap in general. I mean, if we're talking about a coin that's like you, I mean, if we're hold on, if we're talking about let's get real here. If we're talking about living in a world where they're like zombies, Left 4 Dead type shit, World War Z. The only valuable currency anymore is essentially bread, and maybe the pasta, like the stale pasta that you have in your fridge. Zcash could definitely be a good hedge, because at that point no one will know who's sending no one will know how much Zcash you have because it's all private. You won't know who's being sent to and who's being sent from, right? So in a World War Z scenario, everything goes to shit. Dollar becomes valueless, and essentially and the White House becomes a playground for terrorists. Then yeah, I think Zcash is a great investment. All jokes aside, I think Zcash is pretty dope just because of the privacy feature that it has. Privacy is a human right, in my opinion. At this point, it definitely is. Yeah, Stefan says privacy coins getting delisted. Dash down, Monero down, Zcash. Again, in terms of an investment, I don't know personally, but if we're talking about really becoming truly decentralized, privacy, which comes with the benefits of being of crypto, then yeah, I mean, well, why wouldn't you want Zcash, Monero, whatever? Because they actually work. That's why they got delisted, because they actually work. So that's good. Bounce Alert says, what do you use to track the price of the altcoins live? KuCoin is such a garbage interface. It doesn't really update live either. Oh my god, brother. Yeah, honestly, if you're not using KuCoin live, then you could literally use the Binance one. Binance is probably the second best for altcoins, because the only other ones that I could think about in terms of altcoins is like in Coinbase. Honestly, yeah, I would say Binance, to be honest with you. Thing is that, especially if because the thing is that, I mean, I wouldn't use a different a chart to trade though, because they're technically going to be different prices on different exchanges, right? Different exchanges won't have the same price as another one. That's where the arbitrage traders come into play. Info Made Easy says, what needs to occur in terms of Bitcoin and ETH for alt season to really occur? Thank you for subbing, brother. I appreciate it. What needs to occur for Bitcoin and Ethereum? What needs to happen to Bitcoin and Ethereum for all season to happen? Bitcoin needs to relax, and instead of people exiting the market, like you see, like this market cap going down, Bitcoin just needs to relax, needs to lose the dominance that we see over here, and instead of people exiting the market, they need to exit into the altcoins. So the total market cap will stay the same for crypto. It's just that Bitcoin, think of Bitcoin as like a big balloon, like a big ass balloon, all right? Someone needs to stick a little pin in it, and all that air needs to go into the smaller balloons, which are the altcoins. right? It just needs to relax a little bit. It needs to lose market dominance because altcoins were booming when like right around here. Obviously, when freaking Ethereum almost flipped it in June, crazy, and then over here as well when all these different altcoins were just gaining value ahead of Bitcoin, and Bitcoin only had 33% market dominance. Now it's at 60 something, right? I think the other day it was at 70, wasn't it? It's like right over here, 69%. That's pretty much 70%. It's crazy, bro. Yeah. Or Ramadio says use TradingView. Yeah, you can use TradingView as well. I mean, TradingView, Binance. I personally like using Binance because it gives you like the buy walls, and all this other stuff. But depends. If I'm like buying and if I'm trying to buy and sell something on an exchange, I will just use the exchange chart at the end of the day. Like again, I don't trade that much, so maybe that's why. Yeah, no, I can't believe that it was 33%. It's crazy, bro. And that's what I mean. So like, I mean, if we see Bitcoin hit at 33, I think the thing is that even like depending on the market dominance, like, I mean, market dominance isn't the biggest indicator, but it does help you. It does help you like see, okay, where are we in terms of like the market, right? Like, what's the market looking like? Is Bitcoin overinflated? Does it need to relax for these altcoins to run? I mean, theoretically, Bitcoin can stay the same for the altcoins to run, but the way I see it is that a lot of people get into this space through Bitcoin or Ethereum, for the most part, or one of the top altcoins like Litecoin or whatever. So it only makes sense for people to get in Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, and then to ease out into the altcoins. Like a gateway drug, like I've said before. I don't like saying that, like a gateway drug. Oh my god, the name Binance just rolls with the tongue. Whoever copped that name, kudos to that person. Shouts out to Austin B09, my brother. Yeah, bro. But no, listen, CZ, Binance, they are killing the game right now. They're killing the game. So they really are. Oh, we can actually look at too. We can look at Asset Dash. I'm trying to come up with like cool websites that we can like look at like live, on these live streams. And Asset Dash is definitely one of them. Just looking at like these cryptos by market cap. And Bitcoin has definitely fluctuated the most. I think at some point, I think it was like above Tesla, like when it was at 40K. Oh my god! And then Ethereum, I think, was all the way down here. I think Ethereum was above McDonald's at some point, unless it still is. I know. I think it's just so far down that we can't even find it. Savron says it's a Chinese company though, right? Binance. I don't know actually technically. Well, hey, so the guy who owns it, like CZ, you can literally look him up right now. Hey, it's him right there. Yeah, this guy. So the guy who owns Binance, I'm pretty sure he's from China, but they're based out of Malta though. I literally remember like when this guy moved his exchange to Malta because the regulations were a lot like lax there. Everyone was wearing suits. Like he put up a picture of it. Everyone was wearing suits, but besides this dude, he's in like shorts, like what do you call it? Like a bathing suit. I'm like, damn, bro, that's a beast right there. That's the kind of person I want to see as like the head of one of the largest exchanges in cryptocurrency by far. BNB performing better this week, performing better than BTC, bro. BNB is a hard one, bro. BNB is a hard one, bro. Oh, by the way, I didn't see Ethereum was 81. That's crazy. BNB is a hard one. Mainly just because, like, all right, obviously, in my opinion, I think Binance will be around for a hell of a long time. I mean, I honestly think they're essentially just gonna be, and I think they are right now, like the head of the crypto space. Like, like the top, the upper echelon of the crypto space. Just because they do so much. They have their own exchange. They have a decentralized exchange. They have an incubator for small projects. And essentially, whenever a project is listed on Binance, it pumps like crazy, right? So to me, bro, these guys will be around for quite a long time. But BNB itself, I don't know how high it can go up. I feel like Binance is so mainstream at this point that it's like, can BNB go up so much? I mean, long-term investment, yeah, of course, for sure. But like in the short term, I don't know, bro. I think I low-key think you're better off just putting your money in another crypto. Personally, again, not financial advice, but that's what I think. yeah, exactly. They banned they banned people from the U.S. Yeah, no, dude. I used to love using Binance, man. And literally the other day, it was like the other day I got a notice from them saying that I'm gonna be bodied and to move my shit in 14 days. Shouts out to CZ. I'm sure he did his best, but you could have done better. Could have done better, brother. What does it say? Romario says BTC recovering now. 36. 36. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm sure it's gonna recover a little bit. I mean, that's a steep dive. It's gonna come up a little bit from here, I'm sure. But you know, again, it's all like, is that macro? You know, you gotta look at it macro level, right? You gotta look at it from far out, right? You don't want to just glue your eyes to the screen every time Bitcoin jumps up or jumps down. I'll be honest with you, I had no idea that Bitcoin was even going anywhere until I came home today, because I'm just like. Because I'm telling you, if you keep your eyes on this shit all day, you will lose it. You will literally lose it. Oh my god, that's how you lose money. Trust me. You just got to have a plan for when you whenever you take actions, whenever you get yourself into a trade, get yourself out of it. Just have a plan, bro. That's like a key. That's 100% the key. Because if you don't, then you're as good as screwed, essentially. But yeah, so we'll see. But for the most part, again. Just to recap, Bitcoin double spending shit. It's bullshit, all right? If you guys want to read into it, I'll even just, I'll just freaking copy and paste this shit in here real quick. Bam. Just so you guys can read it if you want. But again, we will most likely see Bitcoin kind of chilling for a little bit. Hopefully these altcoins will race back up as a result of Bitcoin coming down, and alt season will hopefully occur. Not sure about it, but what I will tell you is that I am holding all my altcoins right now. And I'm strapped in. I'm ready to go, right? Hoping that you guys are as well. And okay, last question. I'll answer this last question. Humble Toddler says, in your opinion, what do you think will pop off first in DeFi? NFTs? Oh, wait. What do you think will pop off first? DeFi, NFTs, or perhaps something else? Crypto insurance, something like that. Well, crypto insurance, you could pretty much consider that part of DeFi. But DeFi or NFTs, I think DeFi will. I mean, NFTs are dope. And then they're using them right now, for sure. But I think DeFi's will. Like, I remember when the NFTs popped off for for a little bit. For like a very small amount of time, NFTs were popping off. But it just, there's not as much. I mean, yeah, you can make a lot of money with NFTs, but there's not as much with DeFi. Like, you can make so much more money with DeFi. I think DeFi as a whole is going to be the overarching theme for this year, I think. NFTs will be there too, but I think DeFi is for sure. Yeah. Sarah, I don't think that's true either. Biden just froze the SEC proposal to KYC all Bitcoin wallets. Oh, yeah. I know. I think he was freezing all of what the SEC is doing or something like that. See, I got to read into that as well, but I could have sworn that he's freezing almost anything related to what the SEC is doing. Who knows what the hell Biden is doing? He's probably just printing a whole bunch of money for us. I'm not getting any of it, so it doesn't matter. It all attacks the money. Yeah. When NFT takes over gaming, Theta is soon. They think Theta just added NFTs to their platform, so I can't wait to start live streaming on there as well, so I can have my own NFTs. Dude, imagine NFTs with these faces of me. Nah, it's fucking playing. I wouldn't do that. They'd be cooler than that. Do I own any Grayscale, Ethereum, or Bitcoin stock? No, I don't own any. I don't do stocks personally. The only stock I had was MoneyGram, and that was when they were partnered with Ripple, XRP. And then as soon as Ripple got bodied by the SEC, that shit dipped. I was like, all right, I'm just get out of here. I'm gonna take this $3K I had in MoneyGram, which I turned $1K into $3K with MoneyGram, so that's good. I'm gonna take this shit out and put it in crypto because I know and trust crypto more than stocks, which might sound crazy to a lot of you, but it's true. It's crazy, bro. Yeah, engine. Oh wow, dude. All right. You guys gotta have me on too long. I gotta get out. I appreciate all you guys for dropping by. Sevron, you've been killing it in the chat. Romario, Humble the Hodler, Bounce Alerts, Local Martian, all you beautiful people. Info made it easy. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you guys for stopping by. Again, no need to worry. Just hold on. Don't you worry. Don't you worry, child. Bitcoin's got a plan for you. All right. We'll talk soon again. And in the meantime, keep calm and hodl on. Thank you guys for stopping by, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Oh shit.